Yes, so hello everyone, good evening. My name is Davinder and I'm your finance mentor. In this session, we are going to discuss a very important news, or we can say direction, that is being issued by the RBI. Right? This direction is going to be important till your examination because the direction is very common. It is a main function of the RBI. So that is the reason anything which is related to the function of the RBI becomes important for you to understand and to remember as well. There are some facts and I have put some important points which are going to be important for the examination. वहां से direct questions आपके एग्जाम में आ सकते हैं in phase 1 as well and in phase 2 as well. I hope everything is fine with the audio and the video and I am starting with the session. ठीक है? Good evening everyone, good evening and welcome everyone. I am starting with the session without wasting any other minute, right? So we are starting and the name of the direction is RBI's Internal Ombudsman Scheme 2025. Okay, बहुत ही simple language में हम समझेंगे. So the name of the scheme that is being named by the RBI is Reserve Bank Integrated Ombudsman Scheme 2026. Right now, as I told you, the name of the scheme is Integrated Ombudsman Scheme, or we can say Internal Ombudsman Scheme. So basically, this Ombudsman Scheme is actually a scheme that is being given by the RBI. It has been given by the RBI to solve complaints of customers which are somehow related with the bank, right? Because RBI think that any complaint that is related with the customer and the bank, we need to resolve them in a very easy and smooth manner instead of going for court. कोर्ट में धक्के खाने से अच्छा है, कोर्ट में बहुत ज्यादा टाइम वेस्ट होता है, देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ मनी दैट इज इन्वॉल्व्ड एंड द sometime the resolution and the we can say the result of the complaint is not even satisfactory for the customer, and that is the reason RBI says we should create a scheme which is going to be very helpful for the customers in order to resolve their matter with the bank in a very easy and cost efficient way. Okay, so this scheme has been provided to have a cost effective way of resolving the complaint which is even fast as compared to the court and very friendly and cooperative with the customers, and alternative grievance redress mechanism. Other than court, we have this mechanism, grievance redress mechanism for the customers in order to deal with their complaints. Okay. And this direction, which has been latestly, we can say, introduced or issued by the RBI, it is going to be effective from 1st July 2026. 1st July 2026, this date is going to be very important for you. तो यहाँ से direct question आ सकता है आपके examination में. Right? Now, ये जो scheme है, ये कौन-कौन से banks पर applicable है, तो वो हम देखेंगे. So, this is applicable on all the commercial banks, the regional rural bank, state cooperative and center cooperative bank, schedule and non-schedule urban cooperative bank. Especially the non-schedule urban cooperative bank should have a asset size, or we can say the deposit size of more than 50 crore in order to be a part of scheme. Any other urban cooperative bank, non-schedule, which is having a deposit size below this 50 crore will not going to be a part of this scheme. So ये जो applicability है, this is becomes very important for you to understand, right? This is important, right? तो ये आपको पूछना है, यहाँ से डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आ सकता है दैट विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज एक्सक्लूडेड फ्रॉम द स्कीम और विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस स्कीम. तो यहाँ से डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. देन एनबीएफसीज आर देयर, all non-bank PPIs are there. I hope you understand PPIs, right? And then we have credit information companies, the one who update your score, civil score जो आपको देते हैं, that is credit information companies, right? And which one is not included? ये भी हमारे लिए बहुत important हो जाता है. Housing finance companies is not a part of this scheme. Such like that, core investment companies, this is credit information company, this is core investment companies are not a part of this scheme. Such as infrastructure development fund, NBFCs are not part of this scheme. NBFC, IFCs, NOFC, financial holding companies, and then PDs, primary dealers, and mortgage guarantee companies, the one who guarantees the loan for the banks. Okay, these parties are not a part of this scheme. So ये आपको जरूर अच्छे से पता होनी चाहिए because this is very important. यहाँ से direct question आ सकता है. Right, now we are going straight to the regulations one by one. हम एक एक fact पढ़ते जाएंगे and their major हम कह सकते हैं regulations पढ़ते जाएंगे. Right, so what about the appointment and the tenure? Before I get into the appointment and the tenure, I would like to tell you few things before we discuss this regulation. RBI ombudsman scheme किस तरह से काम करती है? तो बेसिकली there is a bank, मान लीजिए ये बैंक ए है और इस बैंक का इसका इंटरनल ombudsman है, इंटरनल ombudsman है. I often call it as IO. Now this is a person which is being authorized by the RBI to resolve complaints of customers, right? If this IO, which is a personnel, if this personnel is not able to resolve the doubt or the complaints of the customer, then the customer can go to RBI under integrated ombudsman scheme, saying that my complaint is not being resolved, or I am not satisfied with the result of the, or we can say with the resolution of the complaint, right? Then only they can go to RBI. So we have bank internal ombudsman that tries to resolve the complaints of the customer. If customer is not satisfied, then they can move to RBI, right? Now, what is the, we can say, this tenure of this internal ombudsman? So that is 3 years. 3 years. There are basically two personnel, that is internal ombudsman. Then we have deputy ombudsman. They have a tenure of 3 years. This is a very important thing. This year 2025 examination में यही पूछा गया था, that what is the tenure of the ombudsman, RBI ombudsman. तो यहाँ से direct question आया था, right? So this is how it is important. Then what would be the location of the office? जो भी location इनको दी जाएगी, what would be the location? So they said the RBI decides the office location. However, the ombudsman can hold the hearing anywhere in order to resolve the complaints faster. So they can hold the hearing, they can hold the meeting anywhere they would like to take, but the office location is being decided by the RBI. Then what are the powers and function of this ombudsman? This personnel is very important, right? What are your doubts? Let me see. चलो ठीक है. So the first thing that they answer in for this function of ombudsman, they say that they look into the customer complaints which are particularly related to the deficiency in the service of the RE. RE is regulated entity, in this case a bank. ठीक है, वो कह रहे सिर्फ हम उन्हीं कंप्लेंट्स को वी आर गोइंग टू इंक्लूड इन द ombudsman which are regarding the deficiency in the services of the bank. That means उन्होंने कुछ भूल गए हैं किसी डेटा को अपडेट करना, या फिर उन्होंने आपके किसी गलत तरीके से उन्होंने चार्ज कर लिया है इंटरेस्ट आपसे, ये सब चीजें विल बी इंक्लूडेड. कहीं ना कहीं उनकी सर्विसेज में कहीं ना कोई फॉल्ट है, डेफिशिएंसी है, राइट? दीज काइंड ऑफ कंप्लेंट्स आर बीइंग रजिस्टर्ड इन द आरबीआई ओम्बड्समैन. देन मॉनेटरी पावर अगर मैं डिस्कस करूं ओम्बड्समैन की, then there is no limit on the amount of dispute. It can be a dispute of rupees 1 crore, 10 crore or 100 crore. It doesn't matter, right? So there is no certain limit on the amount of the dispute that is involved. However, they can claim a compensation limit. There's a compensation that can be offered by this personnel for the customer. Suppose there was a loss, there was an actual loss due to the bank's deficiency, right? Due to the bank's services deficiency, and there was an actual loss of say 6 lakh or say 10 lakh, so up to 30 lakh can be offered by the ombudsman to the customer as a actual loss. Up to कब तक, कितने तक दे सकते हैं? 30 lakhs. So this becomes important for you. Apart from this, 3 lakh can be offered to the customer for any mental harassment, loss of time and the expenses incurred in order to resolve the complaints, right? आगे देखते हैं procedures of filing the complaint. So there are 3 ways in which a one person can file the complaint with the RBI. The first one is online portal. Through the online portal, you can give your details, like your documents that are required to show your complaints, then your personal details in order to contact, and the bank for which you are dealing with currently, right? And then we have email. Through email and physical letters, you can also send complaints to the RBI through this center, that is centralized receipt and processing center, right? You can send the letter, or you can even write a email to these center. आगे देखते हैं. Some of the complaints are being rejected at this stage. वो कह रहे कुछ ऐसी complaints हैं जिनको reject कर दिया जाता है at this stage only. Why? Because they are just mere suggestion, query or feedback. तो आपकी जो general queries होती हैं, they are being resolved at the banking level, and the suggestion and the feedbacks are not being considered as a complaint under this RBI ombudsman scheme. Let's just move ahead. Now, if some of the complaints are being rejected here, then what, or हम कह सकते हैं और कौन कौन सी ऐसी complaints हैं which are being rejected under the RBI's ombudsman scheme. ठीक है, तो ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है हमारे लिए to understand that which kind of complaints are not registered under the scheme. So देखिए, अगर तो ऐसी complaint है which is related between the customer and the bank, then we will call it as कि हाँ कोई ना कोई रिलेशन है कस्टमर का बैंक के साथ एंड देयर इज सम काइंड ऑफ डिस्प्यूट, सो वी कैन हैंडल इट. अब मान लीजिए एक बैंक का अमेलगमेशन हुआ है एक दूसरे बैंक के साथ, एंड दिस कस्टमर इज शाउटिंग दैट व्हाई दीज टू बैंक्स हैव बीन अमेलगमेटेड, देन दिस इज नॉट कंसीडर्ड एज अ कंप्लेंट. क्यों? क्योंकि दिस इज अ बैंक्स डिसीजन, इट हैज नथिंग टू डू विद द कस्टमर्स. ठीक है, कस्टमर को उसकी सर्विसेज मिलती रहेंगी ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. नथिंग वुड बी अफेक्टेड बाय दिस अमेलगमेशन, मर्जर और वी कैन से सेपरेशन ऑफ द बैंक्स, राइट? So any commercial and business decision will not be considered as a complaint from the customer under this scheme. Then dispute between the vendor and the RE. Vendor और RE के बीच में अगर कोई dispute है, then customer is not involved here, so we will not going to take that as complaint. Then complaint against management or executives. Executives और management से against जो भी आपकी complaint है, that is not going to be a part of this scheme. Action taken comply with the court or statutory orders. ठीक है, जो भी आपने बैंक ने एक्शन लिए हैं as per the court orders, those kind of complaints will not be considered as a part of the scheme. Then services which is not being regulated. मान लीजिए एक core investment company है. Now this core investment company is not a part of the scheme, so anything which is anything related to this company is not going to be a part of the scheme. Dispute between the REs. There is bank A, there is bank B, both are fighting with each other. Customers had nothing to do with it. Okay, so that will not be included. Employee and employer. Suppose I am an employer of a bank and now I am an employee of the bank and now I have some issues with the management and the executives. Now this is not a customer bank relation, this is an employer and employee relation. Then this kind of disputes are not being resolved under the scheme. Such like that, complaints covered under section 18 of CIC. यहाँ पर आ जाता है आपका क्रेडिट इंफॉर्मेशन कंपनीज का एक्ट. कह रहे हैं कुछ ऐसी चीजें हैं क्रेडिट इंफॉर्मेशन कंपनीज की विच वी आर नॉट रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर, जैसे कि उन्होंने रॉन्ग क्रेडिट स्कोर दे दिया है या फिर एक लोन क्लोज हो चुका है बट दे आर स्टिल कॉलिंग इट एज एक्टिव और दे आर शोइंग इट एज अ डिफॉल्टी लोन, राइट? रॉन्ग पर्सनल डिटेल्स डाल दी हैं उन्होंने, लाइक पैन, नेम, एड्रेस, कुछ ना कुछ, देयर इज समथिंग रॉन्ग विद द इंफॉर्मेशन एंड सेम लोन इज बीइंग रिपोर्टेड मल्टीपल टाइम्स बाय सच CIC. नाउ दिस इज समथिंग रिलेटेड टू CIC. आप उन्हें बता सकते हैं दैट दीज इंफॉर्मेशन आर नॉट बीइंग अपडेटेड बाय द वी कैन से यू एंड देन you can update it, right? This is not a complaint, but you can file complaint directly to the CIC. RBI has nothing to do with that. Then complaints by customers of entities not covered under the scheme. Obviously, जो entities covered नहीं है under the scheme, they are not going to be a part of this. Again, there are some news or we can say complaints which are part of this scheme. ठीक है, जो इस scheme का part है. ठीक है, अभी तक कोई आपके डाउट्स तो नहीं है? ठीक है. डायरेक्टली एड्रेस टू RBI. जो भी आपकी कंप्लेंट होनी चाहिए, इट इज नॉट डायरेक्टली एड्रेस टू RBI. देखिए, मान लीजिए आई हैव सेंट एन ईमेल टू सेंटर दैट वी जस्ट डिस्कस. ठीक है, उनकी हमने जीमेल पे सेंड कर दिया एंड विद दैट आई हैव CC द RBI एज वेल. Now they said that this is not a right and the appropriate way to file your complaint. Mere CC will not considered as registered with the RBI. The complaint has been registered with the RBI. Okay, so directly addressed होनी चाहिए to the RBI ombudsman. RBI ombudsman से directly linked होनी चाहिए. Then filed by the complainant or authorized representative. Now my father is dealing with some kind of problem. On behalf of my father, I am filing a complaint. Right? Now suppose my father, instead of telling me, they hire a lawyer. They hire a lawyer and lawyer is fighting on behalf of my father against this bank under this ombudsman scheme. Right? Now this is a wrong. They are saying that advocates are not allowed in this scheme because that is what we are trying to avoid, because that is very time taking and a lot of paperwork is involved and a lot of money is involved. So advocate allowed if only he or she is aggrieved person. That is aggrieved person है, यानी कि मैं उनकी daughter हूँ. On behalf of that, I can still file the complaint on their behalf, considering that they are giving it on a written basis that this person is going to is filing a complaint on behalf of me. Then complete information must be provided. Obviously, एक complete information होना बहुत जरूरी है in order to write a complaint. Incomplete information वाली complaints are being rejected at the first stage. Complaint must not be abusive. किसी भी तरह की abusive complaints will not be considered as a part of the scheme. Why? Because anything, जैसे कि आपने लिख दिया कि I don't like this bank, I don't like anything about this bank. Now there is no such complaint. आपने कोई information नहीं दी. There is no, we can say, mentioned thing that you are currently facing, any problem that you are currently facing. तो ये सारे इस तरह के जितने भी abusive complaints होती हैं, they are being removed from such kind of scheme. Then original complaints to regulated entity must be filed within the limitation period under the Limitation Act 1963. Now ये कह रहे हैं कि जितनी भी ओरिजिनल कंप्लेंट्स हैं दैट मस्ट बी फाइल्ड विद द आरई फर्स्ट. इसका क्या मतलब है कि जो भी आपकी कंप्लेंट्स हैं आप उससे सबसे पहले बैंक के पास जाएंगे कंप्लेंट्स लेकर. इफ बैंक इज नॉट एबल टू रिजॉल्व योर कंप्लेंट, ओनली देन यू विल गो टू आरबीआई. एंड व्हाट इज द टाइम पीरियड जिसमें आप वेट कर सकते हैं? दैट इज 30 days. 30 days तक यू विल वेट दैट दिस बैंक विल रिजॉल्व माई कंप्लेंट. इफ इट इज नॉट रिजॉल्व इन विद इन 30 days, देन यू कैन गो फॉर RBI ombudsman scheme. तो ये जो हमने यहां पर सीखी हैं that are not, तो ये not वाली हैं, that are not covered under your scheme. Now let's just look at the complaints that are covered under scheme. Then first complaint to the RE. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया पहले आप बैंक्स के पास जाएंगे, within 30 days you will wait and wait for the satisfactory reply. If the reply is not satisfactory, only then you can go for RBI ombudsman scheme. Complaint to RBI ombudsman must be filed within 90 days. तो ये time period बहुत important है. First you will wait for 30 days to resolve your complaint, and then you have 90 days to file your complaint with the RBI. Expiry of the reply timeline and date of the last reply of the RE would be whichever is later is going to be counted as a first date from which the 90 days will be counted. ठीक है? The same complaint must not be pending before the RBI ombudsman. अब कौन कौन से केसेस है जिसमें इनको रिजेक्ट किया जा सकता है कंप्लेंट्स को? अगर तो कंप्लेंट क्या है, सेम कंप्लेंट आपने दोबारा से रजिस्टर करवा दिया, या फिर इट इज बीइंग ऑलरेडी डिसाइडेड बाय द RBI ombudsman, इनको ऑलरेडी कवर कर दिया गया है या फिर रिजॉल्व कर दिया गया है. पेंडिंग बिफोर एनी कोर्ट एंड ट्रिब्यूनल, पहले ही किसी कोर्ट के पास रजिस्टर्ड है एंड नाउ यू आर फाइलिंग विद द RBI, इट इज गोइंग टू रिमूव फ्रॉम द पोर्टल. देन ऑलरेडी डिसाइडेड बाय एनी अदर कोर्ट, कोर्ट ने अपना डिसीजन सुना दिया, यू आर नॉट हैप्पी विद द रजिस्टर विद द रेजोल्यूशन, नाउ यू आर कमिंग विद द RBI resolution process. Now that is again not valid in this case. Now how the resolution process actually works, right? So basically first you go for the complaint registration with the RBI ombudsman scheme, right? Then you will forwarding the complaint, that means a copy of the same will be given to the RE. अब बैंक को भी सेम रजिस्ट्रेशन, कंप्लेंट रजिस्ट्रेशन विद द RBI की कॉपी जाएगी with the same, so that they get informed that there is a complaint that is being filed by a customer against me. Then regulated entities क्या करती हैं? रिस्पॉन्ड करती हैं विद द रिटन रिस्पॉन्स. दैट व्हाट इज द इशू, राइट. देन बैंक जो है और आरबीआई है जो आपस में डिस्कस करते हैं दैट व्हाट द प्रॉब्लम इज, राइट. विद इन गिवन टाइम उनको ये रिस्पॉन्ड देना होता है. रिक्वेस्ट फॉर द इंफॉर्मेशन. RBI may ask for any information or details in order to resolve the complaint, right? And the bank is comply to follow the orders of the RBI and give all the information that is required. मान लीजिए if there is no case of response, हम कह सकते हैं कि कोई response नहीं आ रहा है या फिर जो information मांगी थी by the RBI it is not being given by the bank, then we will consider it as a silent. साइलेंस माना जाएगा और साइलेंस को कंसीडर किया जा रहा है एज देयर इज नथिंग टू सबमिट, एज देयर इज नथिंग टू सबमिट. कोई इंफॉर्मेशन जो आरबीआई ने मांगी है इट इज नॉट बीइंग देयर विद द बैंक, तो उसे अवॉइड कर दिया जाता है. विद दिस द आरबीआई बैंक एंड द कस्टमर मेंटेन्स द कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी ऑफ द इंफॉर्मेशन, राइट. विद दिस right, they maintain, all the three parties maintain the confidentiality of the information, and information sharing is being done with the parties which are being legally involved in the case. मान लीजिए there was bank A, there was a customer and there is RBI, but RBI get to know that there is some other bank which is also involved in this, right. तो इस बैंक को भी inform किया जाएगा with regarding to information and they will also be a part of this information and the case, right. बहुत सिंपल है. अब यहां से कैसा क्वेश्चन आ सकता है दैट देयर आर सम लिस्ट ऑफ स्टेटमेंट्स, 5 आपको स्टेटमेंट दी हुई हैं और आपको इनको इन ऑर्डर लगाना है विद द रिजोल्यूशन प्रोसेस. रिजोल्यूशन प्रोसेस किस तरह से होती है उससे आपको उस ऑर्डर में लगाना है, ठीक है. अब कंप्लेंट रिजॉल्व कैसे की जाती है. कंप्लेंट इज बिंग फाइल्ड बाय द कस्टमर एंड द रिस्पॉन्स फ्रॉम द एंटिटी इज बिंग वेटेड फॉर से 15 डेज. 15 डेज तक वेट किया जाता है. अगर बैंक को और टाइम चाहिए दे आर बिंग रिक्वेस्टेड, then 15 days और time दिया जाता है in order to respond on the same complaint that is being given by the RBI regarding the customer. Then RBI ombudsman क्या करता है, they work as a mediator. As a mediator काम करते हैं to negotiate the case between the bank and the customers. दोनों negotiate करते हैं, common ground ढूंढते हैं in order to resolve the complaint. Then एडवाइजरी सर्विसेज भी देता है आरबीआई ओम्बुड्समैन. आरबीआई ओम्बुड्समैन एडवाइजरी सर्विसेज भी देता है इन ऑर्डर टू रिजॉल्व द कंप्लेंट फास्टर टू द बैंक्स. देन कंसिलिएशन मीटिंग भी हो सकती है. सपोज दैट आरबीआई asked for many information but there was no information that was given by the bank and there is no information that is provided by the customer. Then RBI in order to faster resolve this complaint they may held a meeting between the bank and with themselves in order to resolve the matter at this place, right. So they can even call for a meeting being a mediator. Then complaint is closed when the customer is satisfied with the resolution or if customer voluntarily क्या करे अपनी complaint को वापस ले ले, right. कंप्लेंट को वापस ले ले या फिर अग्रीज विद द रेजोल्यूशन और कंप्लेनेंट ऑब्जेक्ट्स बट ऑब्जेक्शन इज नॉट मेरिट. इसका क्या मतलब है कि कंप्लेनेंट जो है, जो कस्टमर भी जो है जिसको कंप्लेंट थी, अब वो क्या करते हैं किसी ने तरह का ऑब्जेक्शन करता है दैट आई हैव सम प्रॉब्लम विद द रेजोल्यूशन बट दैट ऑब्जेक्शन इज नॉट रीजनेबल एट ऑल. तो आरबीआई थिंक्स कि अब ये जो ऑब्जेक्शन है ये रीजनेबल तो है नहीं है, तो दैट इज द रीजन वी आर क्लोजिंग दिस मैटर और केस, राइट. तो दिस इज हाउ द थिंग्स वर्क. चलो अब कहते हैं, अब इसमें एक और चीज आती है दैट इज अवार्ड प्रोसेस. अवार्ड प्रोसेस, दिस इज नॉट द एक्चुअल अवार्ड दैट वी गेट ऑन or we can say get on the basis of some achievements, right. This is the award or we can say this is the action that is being taken by the RBI. Now for this they are calling it as award. Any action, legal action that is being taken by the RBI against the bank, it will be called as award. ठीक है, ये चीज है. क्या कह रहे हैं, द कंप्लेंट नॉट रिजेक्टेड अंडर क्लॉज 16 ओम्बुड्समैन इशू द अवार्ड. मान लीजिए आरबीआई ने बैंक को कहा कि यू विल क्लोज दिस कंप्लेंट, ठीक है, आपको ये कंडीशंस मीट करनी है एंड यू आर गोइंग टू क्लोज दिस कंप्लेंट. what happened that this bank didn't close this complaint and is haven't, हम कह सकते हैं, complied with the condition as well, then RBI may issue a award against that bank. Reasonable opportunity to heard. Even if a award has been issued by the RBI against the bank have a power, or we can say it has some opportunity to be heard against the customer with the RBI, right? They can send an appeal to RBI in order to get heard. Then complainant accept award in writing within 30 days. This is a very important thing कि जब भी कोई award is being issued by the RBI against the bank, right, against the bank, the customer must agree with the award. उन्हें agree करना पड़ेगा that yes, I am satisfied with the award within 30 days. If they are not accepting this award, it will become invalid unless and until it becomes valid when they accept it. अवार्ड सेंड टू कंप्लेनेंट एंड रेगुलेटेड एंटिटीज. ठीक है, तो क्या किया जाता है, जो भी आपने एक्शन लिया है आरबीआई ने, दे आर गोइंग टू सेंड द सेम टू द कस्टमर एंड टू द रेगुलेटेड एंटिटी. द आरबीआई the regulated entities, that is the bank, is going to comply with the award within 30 days. within 30 days के अंदर अंदर उनके ऊपर जो भी एक्शन लिया गया है, से पेनल्टी का एक्शन लिया गया है, या फिर उनको कुछ ना कुछ अपनी सर्विसेज ठीक करनी पड़ेगी, मैनेजमेंट चेंज करनी पड़ेगी, ऑल सच थिंग हैज टू बी डन विद इन 30 days and they must comply with the notification stating to RBI. Now, apart from this, there is one more thing. They are saying the RE can appeal against the award within 30 days. वो अपील कर सकता है. दिस, ये वाली जो चीज थी अपील करने वाली, कहाँ है, ये रही, अपील करने वाले पॉइंट से रिलेटेड है ये. वो कह रहे हैं 30 डेज के अंदर अंदर दे कैन अपील विद द आरबीआई कि आप इसे चेंज कर दीजिए. With that, if RBI thinks, or we can say the appellate body, appellate authority, यहाँ पर appellate authority क्या है, एक personnel है which is the authorized person of the RBI who is responsible for doing such functions. ठीक है, वो appellate authority can, if they think that it is reasonable enough to amend the award, they can amend it or even dismiss it. ठीक है, उसे चेंज कर सकते हैं, उसके एक्शंस को थोड़ा चेंज कर सकते हैं, मोल्ड कर सकते हैं, मॉडिफाई कर सकते हैं, और शायद डिसमिस भी कर सकते हैं इफ द अपील इज रीजनेबल इनफ, राइट, एज द केस में बी, राइट. तो ये है था हमारी आज की सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट डायरेक्शन. आई होप आपने सारी इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्ट जरूर पढ़े होंगे. लेट्स जस्ट लुक एट द क्वेश्चंस नाउ. So what they are asking, under the RBI integrated ombudsman scheme, the maximum compensation that can be awarded is dash for the harassment, mental anguish and expenses, and dash for the consequential losses respectively. So what do you think is the right answer in this case? Yes. Quickly give me answers for this. This is one of the easiest question. Right. Right. 3 lakh and 30 lakh. Good everyone. Question number 2. Recently the RBI issued final direction asking banks and eligible NBFCs to set up the fully automated complaints management system. But they are asking which of the following entities are not covered under these norms. Again, very important question. Which of the entities are not being covered under this scheme? Becomes important for you to remember. Right. Housing finance companies are not a part of this scheme. Great. Question number 3. What they are asking, under the new framework, what is the maximum time limit within which the bank must communicate the final decision on a complaint to the customer? बैंक को अगर रिजॉल्व करना हो तो वो कितने डेज में रिजॉल्व करेंगे कस्टमर की कंप्लेंट? Yes, B is the right answer. That is, within 30 days, they will wait for the complaint to get resolved. If it is not resolved or it is not satisfactory, then you can go to RBI within 90 days. तो ये चीजें आपको याद होनी चाहिए. कुछ ऐसे facts हैं जो आपको पता होने चाहिए. Right. I can take your doubts now in case you have any. How I will remember all these? So basically this is one of the most common questions that I get from students. So basically it is very obvious that you will not be able to remember all these facts at one go. What you need to understand is you need to revise it. There are three layering of revision. First, you revise it, remember it. Second, you will still look at it and try to answer the question that is there in your mind. And thirdly, you will again revise it, read it properly. तो 3 बार जब आप लगातार पढ़ते हैं with a big, हम कह सकते हैं gaps between them, तो उससे क्या होता है, आपकी रिवीजन मेमोरी स्ट्रांग हो जाती है रिगार्डिंग दैट फैक्ट, तो वो फैक्ट आपको याद हो जाता है ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? देखिए, मोस्ट लाइकली दीज काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर बीइंग क्रिएटेड बाय द आरबीआई, जनरली दैट इज बीइंग क्रिएटेड, और हम कह सकते हैं पास में ऐसे क्वेश्चन आए हुए हैं. बेस्ड ऑन दैट वी चूज आवर newses, we choose the direction circulars of the RBI, and then we make questions like that. Yes, revision is the key, right? Multiple revision करेंगे उतना अच्छा रहेगा. In case you have any doubt, you can write in the in the comment section regarding the same. I'll try to resolve your doubts in a sooner manner. Also, in case you want any particular topic that you want me to take in the session, I can do that also. तो आप comments में नीचे लिख सकते हैं कि मैम ये वाला topic आप please करवा दीजिए, तो I'll considerate that in the next session, और मैं उसके questions भी करवाऊंगी, right? And thank you. In case of any doubt, tell me, I'll try to resolve that. Or this PDF is available to you on the Telegram, and the link of the Telegram is in the description below. Goodbye everyone and good day.